All new right now on the night, team candidates are entering the final stretch before Kentucky's primary election next Tuesday. Hosting events all across the state on this Friday night. They're trying to earn your votes, but some people have already made their voices heard. Tonight, WHAS 11 night teams Taylor Woods and photojournalist Ian Hardwitt have been checking in on the final campaigning. And Taylor, you got a good look at the early voting setup tonight. How's it going?
Well, Doug, so far it's been a smooth process for early voters, but for poll workers, the turnout has been much lower, which is something they expected for this primary election.
All in and out in 5 minutes.
Voters like Tom Marksberry give the early voting setup for next Tuesday's primary a good review. Smooth and easy. Poll workers tell us it's a breeze.
A lot of them are looking at the ballots and was like, is this all? And we're like, yeah, this is a short ballot. Like, when y'all come back in November, it's going to be longer.
Early voters say poll workers in Louisville's Pairstown neighborhood are doing great at answering their questions about changing their personal information.
People are so nice. We need to change our address. Ty helped us. It was great. The volunteers are always great.
So far, at different early voting locations in Louisville, it's been busy.
So far at this location, we've had about 500 people within 2 days.
The projected statewide turnout is predicted to be very low at 10%. But just within 2 days in Louisville, the total amount of voters have ranged between 200 to 600 people at different sites, for a total of 6,726 at 10 early voting polls from Thursday and Friday.
Of course, early voting started yesterday.
In Elizabethtown, we found Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron campaigning and remaining hopeful that more than 10% will show up.
I want to encourage people tonight to get to the polls, and we're hoping that we'll get more than 10%. That's our goal.
However, early voters and poll workers are encouraging everyone to make their vote count in this election.
Vote early if you can. It makes it so much easier.
And remember, with Kentucky's new early voting plan, that means you can vote tomorrow. The polls open early tomorrow at 8 a.m. at 10 select polling locations in Jefferson County. And we will list them for you right here in just a second. And this information is also on our website, WHAS11.com. In studio, I'm Taylor Woods for the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
All right, Taylor, thank you. Well, how about the other candidates? Several of the GOP candidates for governor were out tonight trying to get voters to the polls. Kelly Craft tonight was in Clay County. She spoke with voters at Pat's Snack Bar in Manchester. Meantime, Ryan Quarles campaigning in Paducah, Kentucky, talking with voters downtown, setting up a spot right near the riverfront in the western Kentucky city. And Somerset, Kentucky Mayor Alan Keck returned home to Somerset tonight to spend time with his family before campaigning in that very region again this weekend.